Wildfires. It's a good sized fire actually, so I'm gonna kind of sneak across here. Try to get out ahead of it. Woohoo! Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello Rasmus. I did actually take a look at your video that you released recently. I will say that I'm not exactly fond of the design, more or less because I have a new updated design. It is really good for starting out though, but I have a newer design for that level of boxcar, new 50 foot. So I'll have to send that to you later. Stuck on a rock. How am I stuck on a rock? No, I'm stuck on the branch. That's what I'm stuck on. Okay, there we go. Okay, get over and we're in the... Okay. I'm gonna immediately drop water on this because this calls for a little bit heavier first attack. Hopefully that will hit it enough to push the fire back. It's already rolling. Yeah, I've been paying attention to it. It's more or less... I've started utilizing some newer builds. Also, for anyone who wants the update, recently I've kind of done away with my recent tutorial ideas. And that's actually due to the fact that there's just so many requests that I just couldn't keep up with it at all. So... as of right now, all tutorials are on hold. Dude, you do not have a long enough line. Hopefully, I've stopped this branch of the fire long enough to get the other end. Oh, that's what I like to see. The fire's thinned out a bit. This is where it's going to become problematic. Is this fire is trying to race over. There is a river there, so we can kind of corral it. Also, this rock wall here will help slow the fire's rate of spread. Let's take a look here. Actually, I could do this. I like doing this, actually. What's this? There we go. Now we get a better lay of the land now, don't we? Okay, so the river, as long as it doesn't spread past the river here, I don't know if I don't think my cursor shows. But anyways, if it doesn't pass this river, it'll try to spread this way. If we could stop it that way, then it only has this area to spread to. And that's kind of closed off because of these rock walls. So we have a couple of natural fire breaks already. So that should help slow the rate of spread. We also have this road here, so that can act as a natural fire break as well. But it only works if we get ahead of it. The way it's throwing embers, I do not like my chances. So, what I'm going to do is get ahead of it. Start seeing where my fire breaks can go. Yeah, because here's our dispatching office, so... Fire's about... that's problematic. Okay. Now this is where we switch tactics here, because now the fire has already breached one of the natural fire barriers, which is a river. Honestly, I'd really think it shouldn't be able to do that, but... I don't think I actually need to do anything in this area. Take care of the fire front. It can't really spread. Let's take a look at what the thermal imaging says. Oh, well, no, she's actually just crawling across the floor. 10 miles an hour, that's miserable. So when I drop, I'm gonna just end up dropping another water. Oh, no, whoa, what did I say about crawling? It was luring me. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll drop a FOSS line about right here. Prevent it from going this way. That way we don't really have to worry about the fire jumping across that road. I got 3.5 minutes until my drop, so can't do much. Now, she's getting a good start over there, so it would be helpful if we had a crew, but oh, I know. I'm just lowly battalion chief. Or, well, any type of chief really, but still. What do I know? I'm just the chief. Yeah. 2.5 minutes. I do have some updated versions of the Polar Express coaches. I am actually planning on redoing them entirely eventually, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. Yeah, that's getting a little close for my comfort. We'll do it right here, because that's... This poor guy has been cutting all of this right here. He needs a chainsaw. The poor unfortunate soul. He's been doing all of this work, and it's gonna be for nothing. 30 seconds. Come on. It's gonna jump by the time I drop this. What I don't want it to do is get right here, because then by the time it drops, it's already too close to the fire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hopefully it's not too close and it'll drop fast. Oh, it's getting windy out. Yeah, it was way too close. Or no, it was just the road blocked it. Never mind. Hopefully this will act as a natural brake as well. Because if it doesn't, well, we're kind of, well, let's just say it is going to be a very fun time. This section needs to be cut right there, but I'm hopefully stopped it from going to where the division office is. Which I'll actually be moving my rig to. So this will be our new staging area if the fire break holds. If it doesn't, well, we're going to be scrambling. Now, aren't we? I'm just praying to God that this line holds long enough. Oh, he's pushing. That guy's pushing it back. That's a good sign. I want that. burn. Ooh, here we go. We're up at the fire line. I just hope it holds. By the way, I might be taking a break from streaming for a while, because I've just gotten some very good news. I just found out that my old Nintendo DS is about to be fixed pretty quickly here, and I will be getting back into my old roots of playing Pokemon. I enjoy a fair bit of Pokemon back in the day. So, I'll be trying my best to complete the games. So, there might be a chance I am not streaming for a while. I am very concerned about this fire jumping. That could just be my paranoia. Ooh. I'm just hoping this barrier holds, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be running. There's not really much stopping it if it gets past here. Still in the red. Orange here. Okay. Well, I appreciate the effort, but I don't think that's where I wanted you. I don't think you're being helpful. I've already got it cornered here. But I guess the second line doesn't hurt, just in case the fire decides to get any bright ideas. That was an unintentional pun. Well, moment of truth. Ah! Moment of truth failed! Time to run! It jumped the line! Moment of truth failed! Miserably! I gotta say, that was like the most perfect timing ever. Oh, truck one's here. Hello. Sweet. Works perfectly. Okay, this line held here, so it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It's just this tree just caused me problems. I just hope it doesn't spread to the building office. The dispatch office. Because this is our dispatch center, by the way. Before the place burns up, I'll give you a little bit of a tour here. Not much to it. fire's still moving in a southerly fashion. So what we'll end up doing, so I'll go down the road a little ways. If this fire starts to lose its glow, then I'll head down to right about here, start working on a fire line. Ooh, looks like it's holding. Just that tree caught fire. Second I see that tree dim, I can dip. Hello, welcome to the stream. No, so actually I could give you guys the code right here. So it's going to be server ID, uppercase D, lowercase y, S, uppercase Y, and then uppercase K. This is our server ID. Okay, perfect. That dimmed down. So, and it jumps. That's the opposite of good. That was not what we wanted at all. We did not want it jumping here. That was the opposite of good. Okay, so hopefully that'll hold that section, but I'm just gonna do it. Hit it directly. That's the only way we're going to slow this thing down. Is if we hit it directly. Ooh, I hit it. I definitely hit. That was direct. It's trying to burn up again, but I don't think it's got nowhere to go. Beyond here, at least. Oh, that section just started up again. Oh my lord. You know what? I'm gonna get in my truck, turn to base. I'm gonna grab myself a brush truck. Up lowercase s. And then uppercase Y. So if you take a look right here, this is our server ID. That's what you're going to want to do if you're going to try to join the same server. I'm going to do, like I said, just grab a brush truck and try to assist. It's type 6. I'm very good at doing brush truck operations. Unfortunately, I did find out I did fail the pilot's application, so, but then again, when I tried on my private server to fly, it was a nightmare. I've never seen a more complicated flight control slash flight. Basically, the way you pilot the helicopter was far more complicated than it needs to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to patrol a little bit. Make sure this fire stays right here. And doesn't jump like that. Like jump, drive. Try to kind of get ahead of this fire. Ooh, don't go through the fire. I want to go around here. See where he is. So didn't even bother to pick up the branches. That's how we're gonna do this. I see where it is. Okay. Out of water, but I did what I needed to do. That'll hold the fire until it's boxed in. Or until I can get refilled on water. Oh, nope, it just jumped this area. Okay. We're gonna be playing this game. Ah! It that I can't see. Ooh. See it just slightly. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna refill on water. Boom. And now it's the waiting game. we go. Fully tanked. Or full tank. Alright, let's do this. Let's finish this fire off once and for all. Knock it out. But yeah, we've had fires that have been ridiculously difficult. Like, more difficult than it really should have been. Mostly because of flawed game mechanics and stuff like that. I've had a fire where it jumped 8 layers of fast check. When I say layers, I mean like rows of fast check, and it was so unbelievably difficult to knock out that fire that it was just... I ended up quitting the second it jumped the 8 layers of fast check and 3 additional bulldoze layers. It was 11 layers, and I watched the fire brute force itself across. And we're already out of water. Great. But I have another solution. My truck just ran off, didn't it? Only a little. What I want to do is get ahead of this, and I want to hit that fire very, very quickly and knock it down. Okay, hopefully we'll see a massive drop. Okay, I think that did exactly what I wanted it to do. Now I gotta refill on my water. Otherwise, this will be a very interesting battle. Alright. Over the hill. Down to go. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is heading down there. So where this fire's heading, it's heading right to the hill. So what I could... You know what? I'm gonna make this a lot quicker on me. A little bit of a cheaty way of doing this, but... Why leave a branch right there? Seriously, guys, you gotta use your heads. There we go. This is where I want it to be. So we're gonna hit this line right here. and now I get stuck in the tree. I wanted to get up the hill, but this fire is already advanced far beyond what I wanted it to. And they're leaving branches all over the place. What is them leaving the branches? That does, you're basically doing nothing when you leave the branches. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refill at the river. There's a river I can refill at. Oh, here's the other edge of the fire. That's gonna be ending up a fight right at the airport. Because no one's picking up their branches. There, and then a refill. That's gonna be a fight. You know what would be a cool addition is if on the SB County Fire Team they have like mobile water tanks, portable water tanks. That would be really cool to have in the game. So. But that's just my opinion. This area is a problem spot. I'm gonna just knock out this area. As long as I knock out this and keep the fire from spreading across the road, this leg of the fire will not be a problem. Fire back a little bit away from the road edge, because otherwise it's just going to spread right back across. Yep, like I said, exactly what I meant. Kind of, like I said, push it back across the... It already jumped a lot further than I thought it did. Because of all these branches. That's what set the fire forward. This is going to end up being a fight, so I'm going to already preemptively plan ahead, because I already know that's going to be a problem. There should be a water cistern at the airport base, so I'm not too worried about water supply. I'm more worried that this fire's getting farther ahead than we would like. Woohoo! Go right over and down the hill. Because where the fire has to spread to really do its path is right down along this mountainside. So if I can preemptively drop Foss check, 2 lines, 2 drops worth, will kill it before the fire even gets a chance to do any real damage. I want to make sure I do it at the right spot. Right here will be a perfect point to just drop it across. So what we'll do, go right up the mountain, we'll cut it right here. Oh, look at that, it's already been 45 minutes. Ooh, I hit something. Come on, get up the hill. Thank you. I swear, getting up this hill is a pain. I know no one's going to be able to stop it from here, so, like I said, I want to make sure I just knock this area down. Not close enough to the edge. Go this way. So we've got a good Foss line that's going to cut everything above it from coming down below. Yeah, this fire is already way too big. And it ain't gonna stop unless we kind of corner it. And no one's putting any stop to this front of the fire, so it's all gonna have to go down this way. You know, what I think happened is everyone focused on this one and it spread across the road, and that's how that started. Yeah, 8 minutes until it can drop layer 2. Which will be right here. You know, it would be nice to have air operations online, but, well, unfortunately, that's not always possible. Yep, there's the head of it. Already starting to burn its way to me. Everyone's all the way down there. So, yeah, that's useless. They're not really able to do anything from over there. So, 6 minutes. Well, how's my chat today? Yeah, it's just gonna keep going. How is everyone today? Oh, I'm sure everyone is fine. Oh, no one really answered the question. That's fine. I'm pretty sure everyone is alright. Trying to make the best in life. 4 minutes, so I'll just drop it there. Because everyone's trying to push the fire this way fire is gonna follow a path of least resistance. The fun part happens when the head is taken out. It's gonna shoot backwards. There's no stopping it if it does, because no one decided to put a fire line here. Three and a quarter and 3 3/4 minutes. So 2 3/4 minutes. Yeah, no one's thinking to stop it here, but you know, can't help them on that one. Yeah, that's right there. One and a half. I'm just gonna wait here and drop the FOSS. Once the FOSS is dropped, we'll pretty much be golden from it spreading further south. Ah, missed a few trees. Oh well. more wanted to get it so that it's spread enough that it basically can't jump no matter how much it tries. If it jumps this, well, at that point I'm gonna tuck my head between my knees and, just basically quit on the spot. There's nothing I can do to stop it if it brute forces past this. So it's about 5 to 6 layers thick right now, so. Now the object in mind is basically to cut everything that isn't covered in phos. Just create a massive fire break. As long as they're fighting the fire on the one area, my job remains this is what I hate about working on the cliffs. But yeah, essentially just keep working my way down. Make it so that the fire's got no chance of crossing my barriers. And then I'm gonna go to my truck once I get this dealt with. Move my truck so that it's not directly in the path of the burn. Right now it is in what I call the burn zone. An area where everything is going to end up burning right up to the foss. Making it 10 times less likely to jump right now, so. This is the fun part of the work, like I said. Just because I want added assurance, I'm gonna end up doing a third layer of FOSS just to really strengthen it. That won't be needed right now. Yeah, that right there's the cistern. I have to quickly stop it. Because where the fire's likely gonna breach my FOSS is on the right here in the front. But I specifically did it that way because knowing the fire mechanics and where I'm limited to, I can't exactly just, you know, jump right onto it if it's on top of the mountain, and that's where the breach happens. I want the breach to be likely more lower down so I can fight it directly. It's a lot of strategy and mechanics to try and, you know, defeat a fire that's working against you. When time is of the utmost importance, you want to bring up every strategy you have at your arsenal. Don't know what that guy's doing, but he's going to get burned up very, very quickly. I think it would be smart to actually drop water on that before I do anything. So I might take a trip there. Drop some water on that, and then like I said, I don't want this fire being right where it is, so I'm going to just drop water on it. Whoa! You are getting a little too close for comfort. You were getting way too close for comfort. I'm gonna have to actually intervene here because it's deciding it wants to continue spreading this way. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually hop into my truck. I'm gonna hop this ledge here. climb somewhere. Wait, actually, I could do this. Right along here. Work my way up the hill. Kind of force it back. Because where it is right now is not where I want it. I want that fire working towards the FOSS check. I don't want it anywhere near here. It could be anywhere else, not here. Also, some noteworthy viewers who have kind of crossed paths with a couple of different communities might have recently seen a moment where I was involved in some gameplay of Among Us with the VTubing community. No, your eyes are not fooling you. Yes, that actually was me playing Among Us with a VTuber called Cerber. So, yeah, I wanted to mention that because some people have been asking me about that, if that was actually me or if someone's impersonating. But no, yep, I was more or less I had nothing better to do at the time of day, so yeah, I got to have some fun with another community, and was very pleased of being accepted. So yeah, thought I'd mention that while I'm still streaming here, because obviously it's going to take a few trips before I knock this fire away from where it wants to go. That one tree is going to be a problem. But yeah, so yeah, that ended up being something that happened. It was just perfect timing, and I'm like, well, you know, got nothing better to do, and I've got time to kill, so. I actually did think about it for a time, because a lot of people, I've kind of had to deal with some stupid people lately who like to threaten my safety of living for no other reason than just being jerks. So I actually thought about going into VTubing, but decided against it because it's not really my style, and everyone already knows what I look like at this point. Well, most people who were part of the start of the channel. Plus, I'm not too shy about showing my face, so. Yeah, oofta. God, this fire is going to be the death of me. Yeah, see how it's just continuously heading down to where my FOSS line is? That's what I want to happen. What I don't want to happen is the fire deciding I don't want to go that way and decide to head this way. That's where I don't want it to go. Really? Really? You used a ladder truck. For what cause and purpose did you do that? Actually, I need to go this way. Kind of taper up. There. That's dealt with. Now this branch cannot burn this way. And now it'll burn right to my drops. Which is exactly where I want it to go. Alright. Let's do one fire. Oh, 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. God, it's already... We've already been at it for almost an hour and a half. I'm just gonna drop it right on my first line, so I'm doubling up on FOSS. Alright. Now, quality over quantity is how I roll. If I can drop a quality fire line, I won't have to have a quantity fire line. Always remember, if you can have a high quality fire line, you won't need it in a quantity. So, always make sure you make the fire line as best as you can, and then worry about making it bigger. Because otherwise you're going to just be playing catch up. And that game's no fun. Well, that didn't do nothing. Or at least barely did nothing. So those trees will need to be taken out, but I don't have a saw. Okay, you know what? I'm grabbing my chainsaw. Unless I can get somebody else. Alright. Here we go. move. That was a nasty tumble. That fire's been slowly creeping. See, this is what I didn't want, is crews to try and do an impossible task. They're right now trying to contain a wall of fire moving into that area, and they're going to be losing it very, very rapidly. But, here we go. This is my job now, is to maintain the area of burn. Keep it from getting out of control, in a sense. Keeping it from burning where it needs, from burning where it shouldn't be. Keeping a maintainable rate of spread. Oh, we got smoke jumpers. going to do what is called a maintenance drop. Specifically purposed to maintain the rate of spread, because it's getting a little dicey here. Yeah, that's what I wanted it to do. Well, it looks to be holding, but then again, when I say that, there is a chance. If it jumps on that chance, well, we are kind of a little bit in trouble, aren't we? area is held. Down further down the Fox line. All's held. So far. Yep. Down here. Okay, this area might need me to intervene. But I planned for that! I even said I was ready to intervene if it needed. But down here is where it would have needed. So I was already... I told you, I am very well prepared for this game. I know how to deal with these. Start pushing her back. Like I said, I kind of figured this was going to happen. And already accumulated a plan for it. Never going without a backup plan. right now. We're just getting if our okay. No, 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 no. Oh. Yeah, you're not getting... I was gonna say, you weren't getting anywhere. Yeah, no, you just ended up right there. See, where we're right here. The Foss line held. That prevented the fire from moving further south. They had a line here. The fire has not made any progress. You have 5 crew members who are right here at D10 that should not be there. The commissioner is going to wring my neck. I let a crew member get trapped. Well, it's been 2 hours. Holy cow. I did not think it was that long. And that should be the end of it. The crew's way out here, way down there, are currently working to deal with the north end of the fire, making sure it doesn't spread anywhere else. Meanwhile, we got a couple of crews here that I want to take a look at that seem to have not gotten the message when I told them to evacuate, because they're not doing that. They were right in the line of fire, and that was not what I wanted for them. Because basically, when the fire hits here, it's got nowhere to go. It may burn a tree or two that is on the edge, but that's about it. And now you guys know how I deal with fires. Always have a contingency plan and the contingency plan for that contingency plan. So unless you have all the contingency plans, no, it's going to be very painful. Okay, looks like everyone evacuated that area. Thank God. About time. I'm going to wring this guy's neck. Because my neck's going to be wringed by the commissioner. Like, he literally disobeyed direct orders to evacuate an area that was already way too dangerous. So, yeah. Not exactly pleased that I'm going to get my rear end chewed out. Oh well. Give it about 3, 2, 1. No, 3, 2, 1. Out. Well, about 2 seconds here. Yeah, there we go. 3, 2, boom. Everything else can be burned to a crisp. There's no point in me using the brush truck anymore now. I'm gonna go grab my command vehicle and we'll go check out the north side. See how we're doing over there. Boom. Let's go see how they're doing up north. Now let's go see this 4-wide impressive fire line they said they got. Because actually I'm kind of curious about that. They said they got an impressive one. Oh wow, yeah, they weren't kidding. Well, we'll help the fire along a little bit. Yeah, that's impressive, honestly. "36 seconds. Perfect timing for that." Perfection. Oh, sweet lord. They used the double for that. Okay. I mean, that works, but not really effective. Crosswise, at least. Now, this line could use a little work. Okay, so this is where the fire will jump if we are not on it now. Oh, there's the dozer. Oh, there's the engine. Okay, that works. So once we time out our air attacks, my hunch was right from where I was looking at their fire line. Yeah, they need to do more work there. So that's not gonna cut it. Unless they knock it out with the engines, actually. So that would really help. If they knock it down with the engines. But yeah, either way, she is still for the most part, self-contained to this area. It's not much for her to burn. The fire will just end up burning herself out. That's what they're fighting right there. Okay. So pretty much just knock her down. On the north side of will be sitting very pretty. This area doesn't really have much to burn anyways. So if we just keep hitting it hard, it's caught the tree. Yep, there you go. Oh, good, good. How much we keep dropping water on this rate? This will likely burn out in a few seconds here. This was all knocked out. She's got nowhere to go. Last spot she could burn is possibly right there, so those two are out. Those engines keep hitting this spot. There's nowhere for her to go. Alright. Perfect. And this is all just burning itself out now. thus, the very long fire comes to an end. Oh, I want to go this way, because the tunnel's this way. Fried shrimp machine broke. Pretty much, they're just wasting their time here. See, once you get a good crew, there's no limit to the fun. All I gotta say to you boys, well done. We held that fire square.
Yo, hey, you know how to play this game? I don't know how to play it. I'm new.
After a while, you'll get used to it. Main thing to know is make sure that when you make fire lines, you're not leaving branches all over the place.
I know, you got me finalized. Oh, that's the main thing. You know, good stuff.
Give it. There we go. I was gonna say. Alright, I gotta go, guys. What's up? Well, I'm heading out. I'm heading out.
I'm coming with you, right? Yeah,
Alright, and with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!